Around AD 158, the order came from the emperor to withdraw from Scotland. The wall and its forts were abandoned, buildings were destroyed, and the soldiers marched off south. The Romans returned to Scotland on limited occasions, most notably during the reign of Septimius Severus. Around AD 411, the official Roman occupation of Britain ended, although archaeological evidence shows that contact and trade continued for several centuries. On departure, the rampart was not demolished, nor was the ditch filled in, but fort buildings were burnt or dismantled. The Romans took valuable and portable items away with them, but heavy or worthless objects were discarded, in some cases down the well of the fort, to the great benefit of future archaeologists who found coins, pottery, iron objects, bucket hoops, part of stone columns, and numerous shoes. Throughout the post-Roman and medieval periods, the Antonine Wall and its immediate vicinity saw continued occupation and the construction of new settlements and structures, including churches, villages, and several castles. The wall became known as Grimsdyke. It became part of the surrounding countryside, and its Roman heritage was forgotten until the 18th century. At Castlecary, stones from the fort were used in the nearby castle. In 1728, Roman gravestones from Barhill and Ochendavi were found at Shirva. They had been used to build an Iron Age souterrain. As central Scotland began to industrialize, sections of the wall were buried beneath or removed for canals, railways, motorways, factories, and housing. The fort at Cadder, near Bishop Briggs, was lost to gravel extraction. But over time, interest was growing in the history and remains of Roman Britain. In fact, Roman objects discovered during the construction of the Forth Clyde Canal in the 1760s to 90s generated interest just as the work destroyed the evidence. In the 18th century, antiquaries and rivals Alexander Gordon and the Reverend John Horsley helped to identify many previously unknown sites, and mapmaker William Roy surveyed the wall in 1755. In the 20th century, archaeological works by the Glasgow Archaeological Society recorded many of the remains, while the publication of Sir George McDonald's account of the wall's history and archaeology drew together all known sites into one comprehensive volume. Research along the wall has continued during the 20th century, as has the modern developments on and along the site, effectively blending 2,000 years of history. If you walk between Castlecary and Westerwood, you will also be walking above clay mines. If you drive along the M80, you will cross the wall as you pass under the train bridge. You can cross underneath the wall line with the Forth Clyde Canal just above the Falkirk Wheel. The first section of the Antonine Wall was scheduled in 1926, and by 2008, the site was nominated and inscribed as a World Heritage Site.